It's time for some fun and games. Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Alan Uckman, an options trading pro from Agora Financial, joining us now and ready to go for Top That Trade. Round number one, yes, no, or maybe so. The Fed says negative interest rates may be needed for a V recovery. What's your plan for victory?
Well, I've learned to listen. So when the Fed says they're going to do something, you don't want to argue with it now. Lowering rates or actually taking them negative, I don't think that has much of an impact on the market. But what they said was, this was not the Fed itself. It was the St. Louis Fed had written a paper and they put it on their may saying that negative interest rates may be needed for V recovery. But we already had a V recovery. Look, a full V recovery in tech all the way back to its old high.
I agree with Alan. I mean, we've got to be already. I mean, it's taken off, kind of like the SpaceX rocket. It just went straight up and it hasn't come back. And I think what that's telling me is that the Fed has done enough to get the economy better. And by enough, I mean that they've already said they're going to continue to be accommodative. They're going to continue to keep interest rates low forever. And the thing is that forever, you don't really, that's it. Basically, they said until further notice, which could be forever. Forever could be a day. We never know.
Let me mention something here. They did also mention infrastructure. I know we haven't heard that at all in the last 3 years, but they're saying that could be another form of stimulus. So let's see.
Yeah, if Congress can get their act together, that would be a great thing. And it would be very bullish for commodities and a lot of the commodity stocks that have really been hurt during this coronavirus.
Round number two, dive down. The dollar's at a 2.5-month low. What's next for the U.S. money moment? More dollar downside?
I think the answer is yes. I mean, the dollar has been on fire. It's been the strongest currency in the world, but we're seeing stronger data around the world. The U.S., the economy in Germany is really starting to soar back after the coronavirus. We're seeing some strength in the Chinese economy. And let's face it, the U.S. dollar has been carrying the globe on its back. The strength in the dollar has allowed these other economies to really, really come back from the coronavirus. And it's about time some of these other currencies picked up some of the slack.
And let's remember, someone said they wanted the dollar lower, and I would look to see that happen. My pick is Canada. The combination of this breakout technically that you've seen in this Canadian dollar and crude comeback, I think that really sets up Canada really, really well.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to catch up to the Australian dollar, which kind of led the way on the commodity currencies. And I always look at those commodity currencies as kind of a viewpoint for global demand. And global demand looks like it's coming back strong.
Oh, let's hope so. On to round number three, stay-home stocks. Names such as Peloton, Netflix, and Zoom are famously noted as the stocks to own during the pandemic by some. But is it time to get out of housebound stocks? Is it time for those stocks to hit the road?
And he actually rebalanced that 100 group there and got rid of the losers, whereas I always like to get rid of the winners and sell into strength.
I think I've heard of this guy, Kramer, right? Okay, yeah, right. Anyway, get it back to the situation. He tried to create his own index, which is very smart, a COVID index. What stocks are going to do good and to hedge yourself against the COVID index. But I think right now what we need is a post-COVID index, right? COVID is going to be looking in the rear view mirror. Right. Most of these COVID stocks have already made their moves. I want to look at the stocks that are going to be post-COVID. Take a look at United Airlines, for example. That stock has been devastated. Even Warren Buffett got out of the airlines. I actually think that stock's going to come back. I think people are going to fly again. I think people are going to travel. I think we look at some of the commodity stocks, the energy stocks like ExxonMobil that got beat up because people were never going to drive ever again. Well, guess what? We're seeing energy demand come back in a big way. We've seen production fall off. So those stocks. So don't live in a COVID world, live in a new post-COVID world, and that's where your opportunity is.
Staying strong. Okay, here's your bonus round question for today. True or false? A company is now offering companionship with customer service that allows people to ask for help on a project or just call up to chat. True or false?
True. It's true. I mean, why wouldn't you listen? And I think whoever's doing that, it's a great idea. Customer service, it's so much better than talking to a computer. How many times do you talk to a computer and say, all right, what are you calling about? And they give you 15 choices and it's number 16 on the list. There isn't even on there. So I say yes. And who's ever doing it, kudos to them, because I like talking to real people when I call customer service.
I agree. It's absolutely yes. The local brewery here in my hometown has an open line that you can just call in if you want to just talk. You don't even have to talk about beer. They just want to talk to anybody. And I guess that's, good public relations.
It is true. Zappos, and now we know it's also available near Allen's beautiful place. Thanks so much, guys. Great job again today. Business First AM continues right around the corner. For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.